Penguins are non-flying aquatic birds that live in the southern hemisphere. The largest penguin is the emperor penguin. Many of these species spend about 80% of their lives at sea. They rely on the floating sea ice in order to nest and feed. The males need a level, smooth surface in order to incubate the eggs. They also eat krill, and the krill rely on small organisms that live under the sea ice. It has been made clear that by the year 2100, there will be much less ice in Antarctica. Right now, it has been recorded that the climate of Antarctica is the same as southeast Alaska. The temperatures have risen 9 to 11 degrees Fahrenheit in the last 50 years. Palmer Station, on the tip of the Antarctic coast, is warming faster than any other polar cap. Penguins' population could be reduced to just a few hundred breeding pairs in the near future. In 1974, there were about 15,200 breeding pairs recorded. In 2003, it dropped 60% to 5,635 breeding pairs. The latest breeding season was recorded with 3,393 breeding pairs. What is to blame for the declination of penguins? For one, global warming is making it extremely hard for them to breed. In July, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service listed 10 species as facing extinction. Another cause is common dangers such as pollution, new predators, being caught by fishers, starvation, oil dumping, and the algae that blooms in the oceans. 13 out of 18 species of penguins are threatened or endangered. The erect crested penguins from New Zealand have lost about 70% of their population in 20 years. The Galapagos penguin had a decline of 50% since 1970. They also face a 30% chance of extinction within this century, and one big incident can wipe out the entire population. Both the yellow-eyed penguin and the rockhopper penguin have declined 90% in the last 50 years. The African penguin was just recently reclassified as being endangered. The emperor penguins, which are the least of everybody's worries, had a drastic declination that has put them in serious risk of becoming extinct before the end of the century. It has been predicted that the penguins will seek refuge in the Ross Sea, where ice has increased over the past few years. Is it safe to say penguins are adapting? If they change their breeding cycles, then they might very well adapt to these harsh climates. As of right now, there are no signs that the penguins are even doing this, because they are slow to adapt in the first place. They say that in order to save some species, there needs to be a major reversal in human consumption. It's safe to say that there are growing efforts underway to aid these animals before it becomes too late.